We're back with another OnAir video today, and this time we are in Oakland, California, and we're going to be heading over to Colorado. This is going to be a heck of a flight. It's going to be about 3 hours, give or take. SimBrief has the flight time at 2 hours and 58 minutes. So we are pretty much all lit up and ready to go. You can barely see the plane because it's super dark, but I could assure you that it's there. So we're going to be departing today from runway 28 left here in Oakland. We have everything plugged in and ready to go, so we're just going to go ahead and get the engine started. It's kind of amazing me. It's supposed to be 8 a.m. right now, and it is pitch black outside, which is weird. I don't know if this is how it actually is in California, but if it is, then wow. Alrighty, so I'm going to turn the pilot overhead flood on. Just that guy. Alright, gives you a little something to work with. And okay. We are going to arm the ignitions. Beacons on, and let's do right engine today. So I'm hoping things aren't too bad as far as...
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Thank you. Yeah, hopefully things won't be too bad as far as frame rate's concerned. I know we had a hard time when we were landing last time. I was wondering what these lights were. It's like UFOs or what, but it seemed to be street lights. Alright, left engine start. Right engine, we can turn the alternator on, and I'll turn the auto ignition off for the right engine. So we are set for 25,000 feet today. It's going to be our cruise altitude. I personally would love to go higher, but this aircraft, it doesn't really model the cabin pressurization too well, so if I go too high, I always end up running into cabin pressure issues. I had a mod that kind of dealt with that fairly well, but the default aircraft doesn't do that very well, so I'm not going to worry with pushing the limits. Alright, have our engine started. Recognition lights come on, you see them blinking. Turn on our wing ice lights. Strobe not on. Taxi lights will come on as well. And I think we have everything good to go, so I'm going to taxi to runway 28 left. As usual, I'm just going to bring up the map on my end so I can see where we're going. Oh, cool, police car. Alright. Oakland Airport is fairly big, but if I remember where we were parked, should be pretty close to 28 left. Just give me 1 sec. Having an issue here with Symlink. And of course it wants to install an update. Nope. Not now. Just work. There we go. Okay. So, fortunately we are like literally right in front of runway 28, so this is going to be a quick taxi. I just need to double check how to get there. Actually good to see some lighting at the airport for a change on the aprons. Alright, so supposed to turn right here. Ugh. Yeah. So we were crossing some street lights or something just now. I don't know what that was. Alright, so here we are at runway 28 left. Should probably keep an eye out for traffic. So I'm just gonna come outside the plane for a sec. Alright, looks like we have nothing coming.
Oral warning, okay.
So switch over to our landing lights. And what I will do, props go to full, strobes and come on, and I will not forget this time. Let's go ahead and start the clock. Alright, cooking with gas. Let's go.
Time.
Airport information Golf 11000. Wind 236 at 12. Visibility 10.
Alright, gears up. Trim it out a little bit. Some beautiful night scenery. Alright. Alright, let's activate nav mode. So it is a beautiful looking night. Or should I say early morning? All right. Okay, so let's have a little chat about what we're actually doing today. So we're transporting some, oh, I actually have no idea what it is. One sec. Okay. So we're transporting some solar panels over to Colorado. And so as I said, this is a really long flight. About 2 hours and 58 minutes, give or take. And I was just looking at the charts for the airport that we're heading to, which is, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Pueblo Memorial. So definitely looking where it is. It's definitely near Denver. It's not too far from Denver. So yeah, the elevation for this airport is almost 5,000 feet. So I always hope for an interesting landing when I see that, but we'll see exactly what happens at the time. By the time we get there, it should be daylight. So you know me, I'm not a huge fan of night flying like that. But hopefully we'll get a little bit of a bonus, maybe? I don't know. I know there's a bonus for something. I don't know if it's a night landing or if it's just like night flying altogether. But we'll see what happens. I think after this leg of the North American tour, I'm gonna maybe try heading a little bit more south. Maybe touch somewhere in Mexico, perhaps. Don't know. As always, we'll see where OnAir takes us. But if not, we're just going to continue east. And I can imagine we are about, I would say, 3 flights from returning to Nassau. It depends on how long flights we do. But it should be about maybe 2 or 3 legs before we actually get back to Nassau. So the question now is, what is the plan when we finish the North American tour? What I want to do is head over to Europe, I think. I would have loved to do Canada, but I don't know, we can do Canada whenever. But I think just because we've been in North America all this time and we've already hit a bunch of Canadian airports, I'd rather just do something different. So I'm going to try and head over to Europe. Thinking about maybe making our way up the east coast to Newfoundland and then heading across to Iceland. Or maybe Greenland and then Iceland. It depends on what kind of aircraft we have, but I'm hoping that I can afford something that's got a little more range. But yeah, I would probably go Newfoundland, Iceland, or Newfoundland, Greenland, Iceland, and then I see there's the Faroe Islands here. I might stop there, and then we will head into Europe. So lots of places to fly around here, and we'll see where our adventures take us. But man, I want to use OnAir to go all over the world. Cross 10,000. Sorry, let's turn these off. Yeah, so I want to use OnAir to travel all over the world, see where it takes us, and maybe we can upgrade our aircraft while we're at it. So yeah, I don't know, man. Anyhow, we are up in the air now, just enjoying a relaxing early morning flight. I will check back with you guys probably in the next hour and a half, and we will discuss where we're at that point. Alright? This is your boy FlyIsland Guy, and I will be back in a little bit. Take care. So welcome back, everybody. This is your boy FlyIsland Guy. Of course, the sun has officially come out, and it's a beautiful day in the skies. So right now we are traveling over a very mountainous area. So I think this is where the Rockies are. So we are flying over the Rockies right now, heading towards Colorado, and we've been flying now for about an hour and a half or so. According to the flight plan, as I mentioned, it's supposed to be 2 hours and 58 minutes, so we should have another hour and 20 minutes or so of flight, but we shall see. If we just head up to the cockpit, we can just see exactly where we are. We are well past halfway into our flight. So I'm actually looking to start our descent somewhere around here. So we're descending from 25,000 down to 7,400. So that's the 7,400. Yeah, that's where we need to be at for axes, according to Navigraph. So we're going to be entering here, and then we're making that left turn to capture the localizer and head in for landing. So the elevation for this airport is very high. It is, where does it say on here? I would never remember where to look. Ah, there you go. Airport elevation is almost 5,000 feet. So it's going to be a little different for landing, but we're going to be shooting the ILS approach, so that should make things a lot easier. The only thing right now is, because we are traveling over the mountains That means we're going to be getting a lot of turbulence. I actually just saw a note that said that our cargo is down to like 90% integrity. So I'm a little worried about that. Every time we fly over the mountains in Flight Simulator, there's a ton of turbulence. A ton, and it can get pretty wild up here. So just hoping that things go alright. Another thing that's kind of freaking me out is looking in the distance. I can kind of see mountain in the distance. Although I don't think the mountains reach as high as the altitude that we're flying at right now, but it just kind of looks crazy from here. So I'm just gonna kind of hang around and monitor that closely, just because I'm a little paranoid. But we should be starting our descent, as I said, at Cannon. I just calculated it to get down to 7,400 feet. We should be doing about 1,600 feet per minute. So I may do just a little more just to get us there. Get us to axes just a little before. But yeah, that's where we stand right now. Hoping for no events. I want this to be as uneventful a flight as possible, but it's definitely beautiful flying over the Rocky Mountains. And before I go, I'm just going to give you guys a shot of what it looks like outside. Alright, so I'm gonna head off again. When I come back, we'll be starting our descent into Pueblo Memorial, and until then, just enjoy the view. All right. And welcome back, everyone. We are well into our descent into Pueblo Memorial. We should be heading towards. We should be heading towards the initial approach fix very soon. Overall, it's been a pretty decent flight. Just the main issue that we've had is just a lot of turbulence, which seems to happen whenever you fly over mountains in FS 2020. I mean, I don't know how accurate that is in real life. I know the air is pretty choppy, but yeah, seems that no matter, as soon as you hit mountains, you automatically have a bunch of turbulence, which is not good in OnAir when you're transporting delicate materials. So we've pretty much crossed over the last of the mountains, and we are now into some flatter land. And the airport should pretty much be straight ahead. We have to make one little turn before we actually intercept the localizer. But everything's already in. We've already plugged in the ILS frequency. We can go ahead and switch our landing lights on. Yeah, so the ILS frequency is already in, so we are pretty much all set for ILS approach and landing in Colorado. Now, honestly, I don't know if this airport's called Pueblo Memorial, but I'm seeing Pueblo MEML, so I'm just assuming that MEML stands for Memorial. Okay, so we've dipped below 10,000 now. Starting to get some stutters and jitters as I look around. Sometimes I feel like the 60 and 60 Ti is good enough for this gaming, and then other times I'm like, man, I need to get a new video card, but unless I try and pay for like a 1080 Ti or something, I don't really want to go back and get an old card. Not that a 1080 Ti isn't good enough, definitely it performs, but I really want to get the 3080. That's what I'm eyeing right now, but of course you can't find those anywhere. Alright, so we are hitting 7,400 feet now, and after we make the turn to this next waypoint, we have to head down to 6,900. All right, so we are settled, pretty much settled at 7,400. We're just going to dial in 6,900. That's our next altitude, and as soon as we start making that turn, I will plug that in. There we go. So vertical speed, let's just dip down. Localizer. The signal's been picked up. So you see the white diamond here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set our CDI source to Loc 1. Beautiful, man. I mean, it's barren, but still beautiful. I'm just happy to see other scenery, that's all. Okay, so at Octi, we dip down to, well, actually we should capture the localizer after Octi. So I'm gonna arm approach mode, and hopefully we shall capture the glide slope. Let's see. I think we already have a notch of flap down. No, we do not. Okay, runway is pretty much straight ahead. We're looking good on fuel. So hopefully we should be capturing the glide slope sometime soon. Yep, the little bug is moving down, so hopefully that means we should be capturing it. We are actually landing on this runway here, not that one. All right. Glide slope's been captured.
Landing gear.
So I'm gonna go move our props full forward, RPM.
Landing gear. Landing
Drop
gear.
full flaps
Landing gear.
and gear down. It's an awesome town, man. Pueblo County, Colorado, huh? So that must be this town that we passed here. Awesome sight, man. Look at that. Alright, we're getting pretty slow, so I'm going to speed up a little bit.
340 at 4 knots.
And I'm feeling lazy, so I'm going to probably get as far to the airport as possible before I disengage the autopilot. This has been a great morning flight though. Looks like we have a little crosswind as well. We'll disconnect the autopilot now. Turn off the yaw damper. We're just gonna gently rest it on the runway.
Landing time
There
locked.
we go. Alrighty. So, touchdown eventually. I will take the next waypoint here. Waypoint. Taxiway, I mean. Flaps up, landing lights and strobes are off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pueblo Memorial. It's a very cool and rather busy looking airport, although all the airports look busy. So we flew over those mountains in the distance over there, which is pretty cool and scary when you think about it, but we got here safely. I'm about to get hit by a police car. Seems to be a lot of small planes here. Okay, where the big planes at? Sorry. Alright, we'll park right here. Right beside this truck. Alright. Parking brake on. Lights. And there we go. Very smooth, uneventful landing.
Engine off time log. Flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Good stuff. Came in with 86% integrity because of all the bumps and bruises, but yeah. So that is it, folks. We arrived here safely. Thank you once again for checking out one of my videos. As I have mentioned before, I try to put out at least probably like 2 videos a week. So be sure to check back for more content. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the videos if you're into if you obviously like aviation and you know got friends who are into aviation. Share these videos, man. Love to interact with more people and yeah. Have more conversation, all that good stuff. So anyway, that's it for me. This is FlyIsland Guy. I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Stay fly.